Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today's Friday, February 3rd. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and then we'll get started shortly. It's got a couple of things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, one more thing here. Solid, couple more things here to update and we should be good to go. So a couple more things right here. One last thing. And I think we're good to go. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Got to make sure to mute everybody because it does get a little loud in here when that's left alone. All right, guys. Solid. So I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. All right, looks like people are making their way in, guys. So I'll get a few more moments for people to join. Let's see what else I got here. All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Today's Friday, February 3rd. Happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully everyone had a great week so far. It is 6:25 right now. Market's going to open in about 5 minutes. So I marked up a couple entries here that came up after NFP. As you guys know, heavy impact today, heavy impact news with NFP and like the unemployment news. So right here on Friday, we had news over here at 5:30. We have news here at 6:45 and at 7. So 5:30, I'm going to mark that up real quick. Obviously, you guys can see it's a huge candle. 5:30, 6:45, and 7. 7 o'clock right here. See who's here so far. Morning, Van Hartwig. Morning, Maria. Morning, Keonia. Morning, Peter. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Shaka. Morning, Rashida. Morning, everybody. So happy Friday, guys. Market is opening in about 5 minutes. Marked up news from this morning, NFP. Looks like people are still making their way in. So I'll get a few more moments for people to join. I marked up a bunch of trades here that happened after NFP. So NFP dropped pretty heavy right here. Price is spiking kind of heavily and then price stabilized right here. So this is why I started to look for entries because I was like, okay, price is starting to stabilize. It's probably going to keep moving in our direction. So that's why I entered for this one right here, this specific one, momentum scalp variation. And that's where I locked in my 1,000 per account here. I typically don't take pre-market trades, guys, but I kind of did it out of spite because of that troll that was like trolling in the group the other day on YouTube. Basically, he was complaining that he was saying like, how are people supposed to not get FOMO if I'm taking pre-market trades? Given I haven't taken a pre-market trade in like 5-6 months, now I'm taking pre-market trades because I'm like, man, I'm like giving profits away because I'm trying to like cater to like other people who get upset when other people make profits when they don't, right? So the thing is, guys, you're in control of your account. So like if you guys have the indicators and the strategies, you guys can apply these strategies whenever you like. For me personally, I was pretty good about not entering trades pre-market and just not entering trades outside of the live sessions. But there are opportunities out there. So I'm taking these trades to show you guys that there are opportunities to take trades. However, if you want to have the highest quality trades, just stick to the live sessions, right? But I just want to show you guys that there are trades to be taken outside of the session if you can't make the live sessions. But it's just really up to you guys, right? It's up to your preference if you want to take risk or if you don't. I would recommend to just stay to the live session trades, the official trades. But I will be showing you guys unofficial trades, risky trades, etc. But I'll let you guys know that they're risky before entering them. So it's up to your preference if you want to take them or not. But if you want to stay consistent, I would recommend just sticking to the official trades, right? So, all right, let me clean this up a little bit. Looks like market is opening in about 3 minutes. Hey, Gary, how's it going? Morning. Morning, Saren. Morning, everybody. Hey, nice. How's it going? Morning. All right, guys. So market is opening in a few minutes. Let me check the overall bias right now. So looking over here on the higher time frames, the 1 hour here is currently bearish. The 30 minutes also bearish, and the 10 minutes bearish. Reason for that is because price is below the pivots, trend meters green, and the pivots are angling down. Sorry if I'm speaking a little fast today, guys. Market is going to open shortly, so I had to be really quick with analyzing everything here so that you guys are prepared for any possible entry. So for the breakout 2.0, it's technically going to be a sell. Again, as I mentioned, guys, I don't take this trade here. The only official trades that I take on here are going to be the momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation, and momentum scalp. So let me put the requirements over here for that. Momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation, and momentum scalp. But for the breakout 2.0, it's going to be a sell if you guys want to take it. I personally don't take it because it takes up too much of my margin for me to take that trade if I have to hold on to it. And I'd rather just take scalps within it. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark it up over here. As long as there's no buy signal that comes up, the breakout 2.0 should technically be a sell. It's a big range right here. So you might want to go for 1,000 instead of 1,500. Sorry, guys, market is opening in about 30 seconds. Marked up the breakout 2.0 right there. If you guys want to take it, I'm not taking this trade, so just a heads up. I'm not taking it because it just takes up too much margin for me to hold on to it for too long. But I do expect price to come down. Hey, Song, how's it going? Morning. Nick said sentiment is heavy on the sell side, so be careful. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not taking that as well, because it's really risky to take some big trade here. Maybe for scalps, it's fine, but for the bigger moves, it might be a little risky. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Morning. Morning, Slava. Morning, Maddie. Morning, everybody. Yeah, Patrick said definitely not on NFP day. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Patrick. NFP is so if you guys are not familiar with NFP, NFP stands for non-farm payroll. I'm going to clean this up right here. Non-farm payroll is when the unemployment data gets released and basically the economic data for the month. So this data today is going to indicate whether the economy is going to be strong or weak for the month. For me personally, I still think we're going into a recession. So I don't think the economy is really going to do very well for the next, year or so. Well, not in a great sense. It'll be okay and it'll stabilize, but I don't think it's going to be we're not going to have very much growth altogether. So, all right, guys, with price here on the shorter time frames, you guys can see that price here is still bearish on the 10-minute because price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, and the pivots are angling down. Same with the 5-minute over here. Price is still below the pivots, trend meter is red, and the pivots are angling down. But over here on the 1-minute, you can see that price is no longer bearish, right? Because price is now above the pivots. The trend meter is green and the pivots are angling up. So what we're looking for here is we're waiting for price to come back below and establish a correction in trend. So we don't have that correction yet, but that correction can be coming in the next couple of minutes or so. So I marked up opening price right there. There's a lot of red flags around this area. So, areas not to trade, basically anything with a horizontal line. So anything with a pink line, purple line, blue line, green line, red line, you don't want to trade around those areas because those are areas of high manipulation. So we're not looking to take any trades around this area. I'm looking for price to come below here and basically stay below here. Once we have that, we can start looking for sells. But at the moment, we don't have that yet. Hey, Ruin, how's it going? Morning. All right, guys. So we're just waiting for a confirmation of direction here. There's no confirmation of direction yet, but once we get that, we can start looking for entries. I think price is going to come back down. Target price point is going to be back to open price right here, this blue line. I think price is going to come right back down to that point. Reason for that is because I'm looking over here on the 5 and 10. You guys can see how we have a nice rejection off the pivot, nice rejection off the pivot right here. I think price will eventually correct back down. It might not happen right now, but if this rejection here confirms, say for this candle here to close with a nice rejection off the candle, it hasn't done that yet. But if it does close and it's rejecting off this pivot, then my guess is that price is going to correct back down back to opening price, which is this blue line right here. This is baseline. So once it comes down to there, it'll go back into a bearish trend. But for the moment, we don't have that confirmation yet, right? So looking over here on the 30-minute, we have the same exact thing again. We have another setup here. Well, not really a setup, but we have another confirmation that price is rejecting off the pivot. And then same with here on the 10-minute, right? We have the same thing. Price could possibly reject off the pivot if it closes. But the thing that you guys want to keep in mind is that there's still 6 minutes left on this candle. So until this candle here closes, this has 6 minutes and this candle here has 30 minutes. So it has a lot of time before it closes. So you can't really have that confirmation until it's done. But again, guys, there's no entries for us to take here. We're waiting for a confirmation for price to break below or stay above. Either way, it doesn't make a difference for us. If price stays above the pivots, then it's going to basically convert to a bullish trend. But right now, we still have a bearish trend on these higher time frames, the 10-minute and the 5-minute specifically. These are bearish because price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. The 1 minute over here is bullish because price is in the opposite. It's above the pivots, pivots are angling up, and the trend meter is green. So back to the requirements over here, guys. You know, whenever you guys are confused or you guys aren't sure which direction to trade in, make sure to look back at the requirements and look at step one, right? Step one for everything is to confirm the overall trend on the 1 minute, 5-minute, and 10-minute time frames. If you guys look over here, like I just mentioned, the 1 minute here is bullish because price is above the pivots, trend meter is green, and the pivots are angling to the upside. However, over here on the 5 and 10-minute, we don't have that yet, right? The 5-minute here is attempting to shift up, but it hasn't confirmed yet. So until it confirms, there's no confirmation of direction of trend. So until we have a direction of trend, there's no entries for us to take. So we just got to sit tight a little bit and wait for this here to confirm. You know, the thing with trading, guys, is that it's really a game of patience, right? What I hear from a lot of people is that a lot of people are good at making profits because anybody can make profits in the market. It's really easy to just get lucky and take a buy or sell and make profit, right? The hard part is really avoiding losses. So if you guys have been trading for a while, or if you guys are just new to trading, you guys will see that you guys can take, you know, trades here and there, and you might not even know what you're doing, and you'll make profit on it, and you'll be really excited, and you'll think that you know what you're doing. But when you eat a loss, a lot of the times, a lot of people are not, they're not aware of like what happened, like why did they eat the loss and stuff like that. So I think the main key with trading, guys, is not necessarily how to win, but it's mostly how to not lose, because that's a problem with most people. I see a lot of people win a lot, but then they lose even more. So, all right, guys, here's price coming back down. As I mentioned earlier, target price point is the blue line right here, opening price. The reason why I think that is because everything here is still bearish, right? So if everything here is still bearish and it hasn't confirmed that price has shifted yet, then my guess is that price is still going to come back down at some point eventually, right? It might not happen right now. It might not happen in the next couple of minutes, but I say eventually price is going to come back down to this blue line here. So that's target price point for me. But in order for us to take entries, we need price to be below here. So this is target price point like for right now, but where I want price to be for us to look for sells is to be down here. Because if price comes down here, then price will be below the pivots and the trend meter will be red and the pivots will be angling down. So that's what I'm looking for. But again, guys, you know, it's just going to be a matter of patience, waiting for this to confirm. And once we have that, then we can start looking for entries. Going over here to CNBC, let me see if there's anything that we're missing for today. All right, so it says payrolls increased by 517,000 in January, crushing estimates as unemployment rate hits a 53-year low. So let's go over here real quick and just look at all the indices. So looking over here at the indexes, guys, everything is bearish, right? The market is completely red. The Dow is down 127 points, S&P is down 41 points, NASDAQ's down almost 200 points, Russell 2K is up 40 points, and the VIX is down about 2%. So with that said, the whole market is not doing great right now. With the news this morning, NFP was not good. So, you know, obviously the economy is not looking good for this, or it was like neutral. So it was neutral for average hourly earnings. Non-farm employment change was, it was actually really high, but the unemployment rate is still dropping. So last month, unemployment was at 3.5%. It's now at 3.4. They're expecting it to be, or actually it's not that bad. It's like off by a 0.1%, but it's not a huge jump from where it was last month. So, I mean, we'll see where price goes. The news here was somewhat positive. It wasn't necessarily, well, the non-farm employment change was super positive because they were expecting it to be negative, but it was actually a lot more than it was. But the thing that you guys got to keep in mind is that this is like a lot of people hiring for the new year, right? This isn't necessarily going to be lingering for the entire year. This is like January hires. A lot of companies, they'll like let go of people during the holidays, or they'll have like seasonal workers. And then they'll pick back up in January just to, kickstart their business, their companies, et cetera. But then people are going to get laid off as we get deeper and deeper into this recession. So that's why price kind of pushed up right here, because people are bandwagoning on the positive news. However, I don't think this is going to hold, right? Even CNBC doesn't think it's going to hold. If you look at their news over here, I don't have the breaking news on here anymore, but it did mention, all right, so Dow falls 100 points as blowout January jobs suggest Fed will keep hiking rates, which is what I'm expecting too. So I think what we'll have to wait for a real confirmation this month is going to be for Fed week, which is typically the third week of the month. So this week is NFP week. Next week is, I don't think there's any news next week, anything heavy. Let me check my FX book real quick. News at 6:45. Let me check the calendar for next week. Yeah, so for next week, we don't have like a crazy amount of news. We have Powell speaking. Actually, sorry, next week is Fed week. I thought it was the third week, but sometimes it's the second week. You can see here all the Fed members are speaking next week. On Monday, we have, we don't have anything on Monday, but we do have on Tuesday, we have Fed Powell speaking. Wednesday, we have Fed Williams speaking. Thursday, we have speaking on Wednesday, Thursday. Nobody's speaking on Thursday, but on Friday, we have unemployment rates, and we have Fed member Waller speaking. So this week is NFP, next week is Fed week. And that's where we're going to have a confirmation as to like where price is likely to, or not price, but where the economy is likely to go. So, all right, as price pushes up over here, if we get a confirmation that this closes above the pivots, then we're going to be looking for buys. So this whole morning, guys, we haven't had a confirmation of direction yet, but if price continues to push up and it stays above here, then we're going to shift from a sell to a buy. We were looking for sells pre-market because price was below the pivots, but now that price is above the pivots, we can possibly be looking for buys, but we don't have that confirmation yet. Let's see. So Ross said his pivots are different from mine. On which time frame, Ross? On the 5, 10, or 1? Or all of them? You might on the 1 minute. Okay. So what are your settings on the pivots? I don't think you can, or let me see if I can go to it real quick. So you might have changed your settings here. Just if you've changed your settings, just go to defaults right here, click reset settings, and then it'll go back to your default settings. But my levels over here are 8, 13, 34, and 55. But if you just hit reset, it'll go back to your reset settings. Let me know if that changes it. If not, then we'll try to troubleshoot a little further. We just don't have anything right now, or that I can tell. Thanks, David. Yeah, we have news right here at 6:45, guys. We have, let me see what's coming up shortly. Over here, we have, what's the news for today? We have final services PMI. Yeah, some inflation news right here. Coming up in a few minutes. Let's see, Daniel said the breakout full TP. Yeah, so guys, I don't typically look at the breakout 1.0 anymore, like the regular breakout, but Daniel over here identified the breakout. Let me see if I can find it and I'll show you guys. So market opened over here at 6:30, this green candle. This would be considered the breakout 1.0, just the regular breakout, not the 2.0, where we look on the higher time frames. But if you're just applying the basic breakout right here, you can see that we have a bullish momentum signal. Trend meter was green, pivots are angling up. We had a strong green candle over here. This right here would be a long position. And this is only meant for people who know how to apply the strategy, right? If you guys are old members, or if you guys have been around for a while and you guys have followed the regular breakout, this would have been the breakout 1.0 right here. Price pushed up. And yeah, it looks like it hit TP. So if you caught that right there, Daniel, nice work, congrats. The breakout isn't for everyone. This is not for the people who can't handle the risk, because I'm pretty sure if you were taking this trade here and you're not familiar with this type of strategy, your heart would be racing like crazy. Because, like last year and the past 2 years, this used to be one of the main strategies that I would apply. But people are getting so stressed out that I was like, okay, we shouldn't even apply the strategy because people are going crazy off this entry here. What happens a lot of times is people get too stressed out and they pull out early and they don't hold it for the entire move. But if you would have held it for the entire move right here, it would have hit TP. So nice call right there, Daniel, for identifying it. However, it's not a strategy that I typically recommend, especially not to new traders, because it does increase stress if you guys don't know what to expect, because it's really risky. The trade hits, but it is very risky. You guys saw yesterday Rashida identified the breakout, and it did hit as well. But I personally don't like to take it. Like if I don't take it myself, you guys can see that even a seasoned trader like myself, not taking a trade like that means something, right? It's just too risky, and it's not something that I want to. And it's not something that I want to put on to like new traders, especially people who are in the group who want something a little more, I guess, safer and more straightforward, because it's very subjective too. Like for example, here, this candle here could have been identified as a weak candle because of the big wick, but some people would have seen, okay, the body here is huge, the wick's not super huge, but it's still big, still would consider that the breakout entry. Or if you would have skipped this one, the breakout would have happened on this next one right here, because this is actually a strong green candle. Okay, perfect, Ross. Yeah, Natasha said, yeah, it's stressful. That's why I only take it for partial moves. Yeah, no, and I agree with you too, Natasha. Even myself, I personally don't like applying it. Thanks, Zach. Zach mentioned buy signal close on the 10-minute. Ruin said, Sean, it's a good looking shirt. No FOMO. Thanks, Ruin. All right, guys. So looks like we got a buy signal over here on the 10-minute, guys. We have a pending buy signal here on the 5. So if this here closes and price just stays above here, then our trend is going to shift to a bullish trend. It's starting to shift right here, but it hasn't confirmed yet. As you guys can see here on the 1 minute, it's currently bullish because price is above the pivots. Pivots are angling up, and the trend meter is currently green. Looking here on the 5 minute, you can see that price is now above the pivots. The pivots are starting to angle up, and the trend meter down below is green. So with that said, we're probably going to be looking for a buy here if it confirms, but here on the 10-minute, it still hasn't confirmed, right? Looking on the 10-minute, the trend meter below is still red. So to make things as simple as possible, we're basically looking for an alignment across all time frames right here. So what I kind of want to see here is for all of this to be green, right? The trend meter down below, I want this to be green, I want this to be green, and I want this to be green. It's not required, but it is recommended that you look at for alignment. That's how you're going to confirm the trend. There's just 3 main things. So the 3 main things to look for is the trend meter. You want to make sure the color is the same across the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute. And then next, you want to make sure that price is either above the pivots or below it, right? The pivots are these 4 lines right here. So right now you can see that price is above it on the 1, it's above it on the 5, and it's slightly above it here on the 10. So you guys can see where things here aren't aligning, right? Right here it's green, right here it's red, and right here it's red. However, price is above the pivots here, above the pivots here, and above the pivots here. So until all of these align, so until we get all price below the pivots or above the pivots, and then you get all the trend meters at green or red, then at that point, you can start looking for entries in that direction, because you want to confirm the overall trend first. Yeah, exactly. Song said, yeah, it's all about keeping your money. Yeah, that's the key, guys. So like with trading, I feel like the hardest part is for people to understand when not to take trades, right? So that's kind of why I'm showing you guys, and I'm demonstrating discipline here, not to just hop into every single trade, because that's where you build your discipline. And that's how you can grow in trading, because it's easy to make money taking buys or sells. It like you could have taken a bunch of buys here, right? For any random reason, you could have taken a buy every time price rejected off the pivots here. And I'm only saying that because I know some people here take trades like that, right? Don't want to call someone out, but CSUK right here, you'll see CSUK take like 10. Well, CSUK's actually a lot better now. Let me see if he's in this chat right now. CSUK is here. Yeah, so CSUK, he's only taking like 2 or 3 trades now, right? If you guys know CSUK from before, CSUK would take like 50 trades a day. He takes every rejection off the pivots, right? Whenever price bounces off the pivots right here, CSUK's entering a buy or sell. It works for him because he knows what he's doing. But, let me see if I could go back pretty far. Or I could even go back to sometime recently. CSUK still does it. It's just he doesn't do it as much. So like right here, for example, CSUK took on this day, on the 1st, this was like 2 days ago, CSUK took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He took 10 trades right here, and he's going for 100 pips each move, right? You can see all the sells here because he's catching every bounce. Like you can catch every bounce here. So the thing is, if you know what you're doing, you guys can do what Sisuk is doing, but you can't be like a pro trader like by tomorrow if you just started yesterday. Sisuk's been trading with me for like what, 5 years now, maybe 6 years. So he's started to understand how these movements work. But during these live sessions here, I'm trying to teach you guys discipline. So start with baby steps, right? Start at taking like 1, 2, 3, 4 steps trades a day. And then once you get to that next level where like Sisuk's at, Sisuk's been with me for so long that he's already an admin now. For our next prop firm that we start, Sisuk's going to be a mentor. So, if you can show that you can be consistent and you guys can stay on point, Sisuk might want to mentor you. So just keep that in mind, guys. There's 5 people in the group who are going to be mentoring for my prop firm. It's me, Kip, Maddie, Sisuk, and CT. So each person's going to pick someone in this group to mentor so that you can be basically clone traders of them. So if you guys can show that you're confident, you guys have a passion for trading, they'll choose you. If you like to trade a lot, you might get paired with Sisuk and he'll teach you how to do what he's doing. If you like to be very disciplined and only take a few trades a day, then I might choose you and I'll mentor you to trade like how I do. Take 1 or 2 trades a day and then wrap it up. And that's pretty much it. So just keep that in mind, guys. We're scouting for mentees right now. So if we find that you're, a good fit for our prop firm that we plan on starting, then one of us will choose you. But, there's no way to really better your chances aside from showing us that you're consistent and disciplined. All right, let's see if there's anything else here. Peter said, when I grow up, I want to be like Sisuk. Exactly. All right. Yeah, Sisuk said, disclaimer, you guys are going to hate me as a mentor, but no, it's out of sincere love for trading and concern. Yeah, no, Sisuk, if you guys get mentored by, or if you guys are lucky enough to get chosen by Sisuk that he would want to mentor you, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult because Sisuk is really passionate about trading. So if you make a lot of like mistakes, he's going to get really pissed. But just keep in mind that if you can stick through mentorship with Sisuk, you're going to be able to take like 10, 20 trades a day, and they're all going to hit profit target. So you can see if you look at Sisuk's profits every single day. So I'll go back to like a random date. I'm just kind of curious to see like if I could find a random date. So let's just go to like January 18th, because Sisuk trades every day. So you see Sisuk over here, every day he's taking like 10 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He took 11 trades this day, but they all hit. And they're all full TPs. You can see the green strips right here. So obviously Sisuk knows what he's doing. So yeah, if you guys are addicted to trading, you like taking like 20, 50 trades a day, Sisuk might be your guy. But the thing is, you have to be as disciplined as him. You can't be like pulling your trades early. You can't be entering like random moves. You gotta actually wait for those entries to come up. Yeah, Peter said Sisuk's the Asian Gordon Ramsay of trading. I threw an Asian in there. He didn't say Asian, but he said basically Sisuk's the Gordon Ramsay of trading. Ross is asking, when are you starting the prop firm? So we're still working out the kinks, guys. We're meeting pretty often for that. Hopefully by the end of this year. I mean, we're scouting now. Hopefully we can start by the summer. We can start mentoring like 1 or 2 people each and get the prop firm going. But again, guys, a reminder, this prop firm isn't like a regular prop firm. It's not your traditional FTMO. This is like a traditional prop firm, like the ones that are actually on Wall Street, right? The ones that teach people how to trade one specific strategy, and that's how they trade. So, yeah, we will, we're scouting right now. And so once we find like a good person that we want to work with, or a good couple of people that we want to work with, then we'll start mentoring. But there's no real timeline yet. Ross said TFF is out for me. Yeah, I'm not using TFF. Well, I'm using TFF, but not really as much anymore, Ross. Because if you guys look at my profits here, like my profits are screwed for this whole week because I was never able to recover from that loss on Monday on my TFF. Every day I'm either getting like small profits or I'm getting losses. Every other account I'm in profit pretty heavy. I'm good on every other account, but for my TFF, I don't know. I'll see if I can still keep it. I'm like at 193 right now in my TFF. So if I can continue to, build that up, then I'll be able to continue using them. But I think I might just use them for like longer trades. They're not good for scalps. All right, guys. So this is exactly what we were waiting for, guys. You can see where price came down. It came right back down to opening price. This is the target price I mentioned earlier. You can see here now that price is below the pivots, right? So again, as I mentioned earlier, in order for us to look for a trade, we're looking for a alignment of trend. So with the 10-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute, the first step that we're looking for is whether price is above or below the pivots. As you can see over here on the 1-minute, price is below the pivot. The 5-minute over here, price is below the pivot, but it hasn't closed yet. It has about 1:36 left on it. And the 10-minute over here is below the pivots, but it hasn't closed yet either. It still has 6 minutes and 31 seconds right here, right? So we're waiting for these here to reach its point. The trend meter below is now red on the 10-minute, it's red on the 5-minute, but it's still green on the 1-minute. So until we get a confirmation that price is below the pivots across the board, pivots are angling down, and the trend meter is red, we can start looking for sells. But at the moment, we don't have that confirmation yet. Yeah, Keonia said big candle, definitely. Yeah, Ben Harwood said, imagine the movie Wolf of Wall Street. Christian said, imagine Cece is Steven from SMB Capital and Sean is Mike Bellafiore. I know, right? Rashida said, thanks, Sean. I set a sell stop, how you taught me for open, and boom. Yeah, no, nice work, Rashida. Solid right there. Yeah, you could have taken a high-low scalp right here, Rashida. I think this is what, so again, guys, there's other strategies here that you guys can apply. If you guys are old members, this right here was a high-low scalp because there was a high-low right here. Price closed below. Rashida was kind of mentioning how she put a sell stop there. You could have done that right here too. You could put a sell stop at the high-low. And, or, right here, when price got near the opening price, typically what I do sometimes is I'll have it set to like 100 pips and I'll set like my sell stop there. So like when price comes down, I'll reach my TP. So that's kind of what Rashida did. I'm not sure exactly what she did, but there's a lot of different ways that you guys could enter this drop right here. You could add a sell stop at the high low. When price closed below, you could have entered down here as well. But there's a lot of different opportunities. Depending on how long you guys have been trading with me, you guys know that I have a ton of different techniques that you guys can use to enter trades like this, especially if we already have an anticipation for price to come back down. So that's kind of what we are anticipating and looking for when price bounces around. If you guys know liquidity pushes, high-low scalps, etc., that's kind of the idea there. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, we got news in 6 minutes, guys. Let me check the news calendar real quick. In 6 minutes, we have ISM services, PMI, high impact. So you want to be aware of that. That's probably going to push price one direction or the other. Hopefully, it'll push it back further down so that we can start looking for any possible entries down below. But other than that, I think that's about it. It's the last news event for today. So hopefully, once this news event passes, we'll have at least some sort of direction. Because right now there's no direction. Price is still going back and forth. What we really want here is for price to close below here. And then we can start looking for sells, right? And then vice versa, if price closes above here and stays above here, we can start looking for buys. But at the moment, we just don't have that yet. So I'm hoping to pull at least one trade for you guys today. My goal for you guys is to at least have one official trade a day. Just one official trade. That's all I really need for you guys. Because if you guys can do one official trade a day, you can make about like 1 to 2% per trade. And then if you do 1% a day, that's 10% at the end of the week. And you can be able to pass your challenge if you guys are doing FTMO or, be consistent. That's really the key there. Yeah, Christian said one good trade. That's really all you guys need. 1 or 2 good trades a day, and you guys are solid. Because if you guys can just have one win each day and have no losses, then it's inevitable that you'll be profitable, and it's inevitable that you'll pass your challenges. All right, so we're still looking for a confirmation here. There's nothing here on the shorter time frames. Let me go in the higher time frames real quick and see if there's any alignment here, so we can kind of have an idea as to where price is likely to go. So going over here, let me clean this up a little bit. All right, so looking over here on the 1 hour and the 30-minute, look how price is rejecting directly off the pivot. Where do you think price is going to go? I think price is going to come down. We have a nice rejection off the pivots right here. So I think price is going to correct right back down. It's already coming down right now, but I think eventually it's going to come back down. So next target price point again is going to be opening price here, guys. So just keep an eye out for this here. If price pushes down below, I'm expecting price to come down and probably hit this opening price right here. I don't know when it'll happen, but I think eventually it'll happen and it'll come down and hit TP at that point. Well, not really TP, but our target price point. However, you want to keep in mind that there is news coming up right here in 3 minutes. So don't just hop into a trade for no reason. Make sure you have some sort of analysis or confirmation that price is going to drop below. Exactly. Yeah. Christian said no FOMO. Yeah. So I'm not looking to take any trades here. I'm just waiting for a confirmation, at least to confirm our direction and to confirm the trade that we plan on taking, which is obviously going to be for a sell. Yeah, this is too close to news price, but this right here would have been so there's a momentum scalp failure right here off this green candle. You can see that, and let me show you guys. It's not a clean one, but I'll show you guys like why this would be considered a momentum scalp failure is because, let me maximize this. Everything here is bearish, right? So we currently have a bearish, trend right now with regard to the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute. This right here is considered a momentum scalp failure because we have a buy signal here in a bearish trend. So we have a buy signal here with the bearish trend, and then price ended up coming down from that point. So overall trend here is bearish, confirm retracement of momentum signal. There is a buy signal right here in the opposite direction of trend. Then we have the volume here that is also below average. So with that said, this right here would be considered a momentum scalp failure, not necessarily one we'd want to take because it's so close to news price, but it would be considered a momentum scalp failure, which would have hit TP there. Again, right here, we have another candle here that closed below the pivots. This right here would be a momentum scalp variation. Again, unfortunately, not one that we would take here because it's too close to news price, but it would have set up for a momentum scalp failure. And then we have news right here in the next minute. So I would just, be patient and wait for news here to pass because obviously this news is very high impact and it's going to likely spike price in one direction, which you just did right there. Oh shit. Oops. Oh fuck. Well, okay. I keep telling you guys no FOMO and stuff, and I didn't mean to do this, but well, I made a badass profit. Sorry guys. Okay, so I was trying to show you guys this, and I accidentally clicked on my FTMO to set I right-clicked on my FTMO because I'm not on my MT4, and I put a accidental sell stop right there. And then when price spiked down, it filled my order and it just spiked down. So I caught like I caught this big move right here. How much did I make off that? Sorry guys, that was unplanned. Like shit, I made a lot off that one. Sorry guys, sorry. Okay, I made 5,000 on my TFF. So I guess I'm back in profit now for this because I was like in negative on my TFF this whole week because I couldn't make a profit back, but I actually caught that big spot. I didn't mean to do that though. So just FYI, I didn't mean to do that. I was just clicking around and I accidentally right-clicked on my MT4. I never do this though, so I never trade news like that, guys. So this is just a one-time thing. But damn, the slippage on TFF like actually worked in my favor. I'll show you guys the profits that I locked in on that, but the TFF gave me like almost double profit. It's the one time that TFF actually, obviously worked in my favor. Okay, so let me show you this right here, guys. Okay, so there goes mine right there. You guys can see huge accidental profit right there. Anyways, there's no point in getting like emotional over those trades. Like, yeah, those trades are going to happen where you just accidentally make a profit. But yeah, we're still back to our analysis here. So anyways, price is now below the pivots, guys. And this is confirming that we have a bearish trend. So now price is below the pivots. Trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. We're now looking for sells at this moment. So now that price is below at this point, we're looking for this to retrace up. So I'm basically waiting for price to swing up, retrace, and then come right back down. So once we get a buy signal here, this is going to be an entry for a momentum scalp failure. And then after that, we'll look for momentum scalp variation right after. But let me go ahead and, man, I'm still like kind of in shock that I accidentally did that, because I was explaining to you guys like how this thing was working. And then I clicked on my MT4 and I accidentally right clicked because it froze up on me. And then when I clicked, it took it for 100 lot, like a full lot size. And then it just filled, and as it filled, I just pulled out of it. And the slippage worked in my in my favor there. So all right, price is pushing back up. You can see this big correction. This is why you don't want to just hop into a trade. You want to wait for this to confirm that it's actually below here. We thought price was going to stay below here, but now it's pushing right back up. And it's not. So like, question from Jew said, why wouldn't that trade have violated the account if it was a news candle? The news doesn't affect US30, Jew. If you look at the calendar, so if you look at the calendar on FTMO, you'll see which pairs are affected. You look on there, US30 is not affected. So the news doesn't necessarily affect US30. It affects Forex pairs. All right, so yeah, back to what I was saying with Jew over here. If you look at the FTMO calendar, US30 isn't affected by this news. It's just Forex pairs. Yeah. I know CJ said, at least you're back in positive on your TFF. Yeah, no, exactly. I needed that. I needed that slippage there. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to check the news that's affected, just go to your FTMO economic calendar and it'll tell you which pairs you can't trade. I don't really trade Forex anymore, so where I do trade sometimes if I see something good, but that's the main one that's affected. Like you can't trade US assets when the US news is going on, or if there's I think the only thing that's affected is like NFP. Like you can't trade this at 5:30. You can trade other stuff, but you can't trade like these big news events. Here, let me scroll up real quick, guys. So, sorry, I just got a lot of questions right here regarding the entries. So let me just scroll up real quick. CT mentioned, let me scroll down. I think other people are talking about the same thing here. Sorry, I just got like 50 messages here on the Zoom, so I'm trying to scroll up. And I'm gonna go to the most recent one. So Wes over here is asking, the 10-minute is currently a buy signal. I'm confused. There shouldn't be any entries. No. So there could be an entry for momentum scalp failure, but not for any of these other ones, Wes. So if you look at the requirements here, the momentum signal is only required for the momentum scalp variation, confirm momentum aligns, and then momentum scalp, confirm momentum on the 10-minute, like you mentioned. But for the momentum scalp failure, you just need to confirm the trend, but there's no need for momentum. So this right here, or actually this wouldn't have been an entry because the volume was above average. But if you got a buy signal over here and this volume bar was below the blue line, that would be an okay entry for you to take. However, caveat here is that it's at the red flags, right? News price and opening price right here. So you wouldn't have taken the trade. But as I was mentioning earlier, when price was down here, I said, okay, if you get a buy signal here and it's like, you know, without the red flags, you'd get an entry there for a momentum scalp failure. So the only entry that would have been available if everything would have lined up without red flags would be a momentum scalp failure. But for a momentum scalp variation, you would need an alignment of momentum. So as you guys mentioned, there's a buy signal here on the 10. The only reason I was looking at it was because there was a pending sell signal here when I saw it. So like, for example, we were looking over here for this to push up and I was like, okay, if this here closes, in my head, I didn't really say it out loud, but if this here aligned with this, because we have a trend right now, right? Everything here is bearish. So trend over here is bearish. That's all we need for the momentum scalp failure. But for the momentum scalp variation, you do need a sell signal here on the 10. So you are correct. You need a sell signal here on the 10, sell signal here on the 5, and the sell signal here on the 1 would be the indication for entry on the momentum scalp. So main difference between the strategies here is this only requires trend. So if price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, and the pivots are angling down across all 3 timeframes, then it's fine. You don't need momentum. But for this one over here, you do need momentum for momentum scalp variation and momentum scalp. That's a common question that we get a lot, and that's the main difference between these two here. And that's why these two here are higher probability of hitting, because these two have better confirmations, right? They have a confirmation of momentum and have a confirmation of trend, while this one over here only has one confirmation, which is trend. Yeah, Dejan said he really wants to focus on just one of the strategies. Yeah, no, definitely, Dejan. And I think that's the best thing here. You know, I have a lot of strategies that you guys can apply, but realistically, if you can just focus on one strategy, yeah, you're not going to have like a ton of entries come up, but it's going to give you discipline to stick to just one thing. That's why for here on the live sessions, I typically don't look for this one here. The main ones that we look for are these two. And sometimes these two come on the same candle. So it's like a double whammy on that, right? It's a double confirmation. So I don't really look at this one because, as I mentioned, this is only one confirmation of trend. It's not as accurate as these two, but if these follow this entry here, then odds of it hitting are very likely. So, all right, let's go back to the 10-minute. 10 minutes still doesn't have the sell signal. It keeps coming up. It like shows up pending and then it disappears. We have to wait for it to actually close for us to have any entries here. So the only strategy that we can technically have at this moment is going to be a momentum scalp failure. As we wait for that signal to come up, I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of my profits real quick. And then I will send them in. Let's see. Maddie said he hit his goal for the day. He's out. Okay, Maddie. It's cool. I'm still looking for one official trade, guys. So I know this whole week was kind of trash. We only had like maybe 2 trades this entire week. That doesn't typically happen all the time, but you know, it does happen, and there's going to be instances where we're going to run into days like that, or weeks like that, actually. This is NFP though, so it's not like it's unwarranted. Like we kind of had an idea that something like this was going to happen, especially during NFP, because it's usually a trippy week for us to trade in. Man, I'm still kind of like shocked that I took that trade earlier. I'm going to show you guys real quick. I'm screenshotting my profits. I got to screenshot every account because each account is a little different. We got one. But again, guys, you know that any of my profits that I'm posting from today, guys, none of them are official entries. So none of them are going to count towards the results. So you don't have to worry about you guys missing anything because none of these are counting towards results. Actually, I take it back. I'm looking back at, or not what I just said, but I take back TFF giving me slippage in my favor because MFF and FTMO actually gave me slippage too. So when you guys see my profits here, you guys will see that TFF still undercut me a lot actually. My main account was more on point, but my FTMO copier, MFFs, and TFF were, I mean, they're kind of scattered. You'll see my profits real quick. All right. So we have a buy signal here, but no entry. It's right at news price. So red flags, no entry there again. So here are my profits right here. So here's my main account with the green strips. You can see the full TP hit. This one locked in 3,630. So total profit of 4,740 on this account. Here's my second account over here. A huge slippage. You guys can see how I locked in 3,000 on this one, but this one 5,000. So 5,470 off my FTMO copier. Total profit of 6,580. Going down right here, we have this one as well. This is my MFF number 1. It locked in 5,370. Total profit of 6,430. MFF number 2, some slippage there too. It's only 4,870, total profit of 5,930. MFF number 3, 5,320. And you guys can see all the profits are different. This one's 6,380 total. And then my TFF here, I thought I made a huge difference, but it was kind of the same as the other one. So it did give me slippage, but it only gave me 5,100 when my other accounts over here gave me, 5,400. So it was around the same area, but it still undercut me a little bit. Total profit of 5,332 on this one. So, all right, guys, here he goes. Price pushes back up. We no longer have a bearish trend on the 1 minute. Price is now above the pivot. So unfortunately, we're back to square one. We're looking to confirm the overall trend as price continues to, bounce around here. Unfortunately, this is how the market has been all week. There hasn't really been much direction. And we had some opportunities earlier this week where we had like 1 or 2 entries where price was in the direction of trend, but the past 2 days, price has just been going back and forth. So unfortunately, just nothing there right now. Let's see. I'm going to send this out in the other groups real quick. Man, I don't remember the last time I had an accidental trade. It's crazy happened like that. Anyways, let me check the other profits here. So Brock over here said, hey, Sean, good for the day. 1 loss. He had to cover for the 2 missing trading days. Total profit on Brock's side is 2,311 for the day. Nice work, Brock. We have Maddie over here. Total profit of 1,190 for the day. All wins. Nice work, Maddie. We have Dejan over here. Total profit of 236 for the day. Nice work, Dejan. Eunice over here said didn't take any trades. Yeah, so empty history for today. It's all good. It's all about discipline right there. So nice work, Eunice, on, even though you didn't take any trades, you also didn't take any losses. So that is a key thing there. Here's Rashida. Rashida hit her profit earlier, total profit of 392. She took that earlier at 652 when writing that down to the opening price. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, Christian said, I was seeing those setups, but sticking to my discipline. Yeah, no, it's solid, Christian. You just got to be patient and wait for those entries to come to you. We have Vincent over here, total profit of 78.70 for the day. He took the pivot scalp right here. So price was above the pivots, took that for a buy, rode that a full TP, blasted right through it, gave him a total profit of 78.70 for the day. Nice work. Yeah, nice work, Vincent. Anything else over here that I'm missing? Kip over here, total profit of 5,520, all wins. Nice work, Kip. Man, my Telegram keeps shutting down on me. Let's see. Gene Vaughn said, bro, do you MetaTrader be freezing when it's time to cancel a buy? Sorry. Gene Vaughn always asks me like funny questions. So I'm like, I always laugh when he asks me. So yes, bro, do your MetaTrader be freezing when it's time to cancel a buy? No, it doesn't happen to me. I know it does. It probably does happen to some people sometimes. It's usually a connection issue. When you guys have bad internet connection, your MT4 will like lag. You'll hit sell and then it won't trigger. Or sometimes if the market's too volatile, that'll happen too. You guys, if you guys have been trading with me for a while, there's been some days where that happens, but not very often. It's like once in a blue moon, right? It'll maybe happen like once every couple of months. Let's see, Gmon said, yeah, there was an update to the software. Yeah, really? I haven't updated 6 years. I don't think I've ever updated MT4, guys. So I don't know if you guys have an update for your MT4, or I don't know if it just updates by itself in the background, but I've never had an update on mine. So I'm just not familiar with that ever happening to me. Anyways, back to our analysis here. Maddie said, bro has a bootleg MT4. No, you might have it might be an MT4 from a broker. So that's why I don't really recommend you guys use MT4 platforms from a broker, because it's like what Maddie said, right? It's a bootleg MT4. They basically they bootleg it to conform with their broker. So if you guys ever download MT4, get it from the actual website. I don't recommend getting it from any broker website because it might not be as accurate as the actual one. John said MC4 from Wish. Let me see. All right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to take yet. I'm still looking for an entry here, guys, so don't worry. I'm not like done trading yet. I'm looking for one official entry for you guys because I want to take it with you guys, and then we're going to go from there. Looking at price now, price is again above the pivot. So looking here on the 1 minute, price above the pivots, trend meter green, pivots angling up. Looking here on the 5 minute, we have the same thing. Price is again above the pivots. Pivots are angling up and the trend meter is green. And this right here on the 10 minute, it's also above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So basically what we're waiting for here is we're looking for exactly what Christian mentioned in the Zoom. He said we need that 5 minute buy signal. That's exactly what we need. We got it right here pending. So if this here closes and price stays above here, then we might be looking for buys now. We haven't really had a direction all day. So we haven't had a direction for a buy or a direction for a sell. We've had slight confirmations of direction, but nothing that's really confirmed. So we'll see where this takes us. Maddie said, bro got his MT4 up, offer up. Oh, man. 20. Let's see what Gvon say. Gvon said, how many clicks do you enter to take profit? See, this is what I'm saying. Gvon asked me a lot of funny questions. I don't even know what this question means. Bro, how many clicks do you per trade to enter take profit? I just use 1 click. Sometimes I don't know if Gvon's messing with me. He like every question he asks, kind of like I don't understand what he's asking. You might be here on the live, Gvon. No, it's all love. I really do think your questions are funny. But I'm not like, oh man, funny. MJ said, how many clicks does it take to get to the center of it? Yeah, I mean, I just use 1 click, guys. So if you're here, Gvon, I only take 1 click because I use the FTMO Quick Trade Manager. So my TP stop loss is already set up. I just let's see question for that. Trade Manager. T Brock said, now really done, logged off my C trader. I'll now take a walk and getting some over trading appetite. I don't like it. Yeah, Brock, so definitely no problem. And I'll see you back here on Monday. Yeah, so Brock over here said that he's getting over trading appetite and he doesn't like it. So that's a key thing, guys. If you guys have a problem with over trading, like Brock over here, he sent me his profits. This dude took so many trades today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He took 11 trades. So yeah, you're definitely over trading at this moment. So it's time to just take a walk, Brock. If you guys have a problem with over trading, I mean, it's nice to have profits, but once you guys get into a bad headspace and you guys start to lose, then you know this can turn really bad. Like Brock will have $2,000 days, $2,000 days, and then one day where he just has a bad day and he continues to over trade, that'll cause you to blow your account because you're just going to keep stacking losses after losses. So no, great work right there, Brock, on having the mindset to step away, especially when you know that you're starting to over trade. So if you guys ever have a problem with over trading or revenge trading, the best thing for you to do is just close your MT4. You can still stay on live with me and just hang out if you want. But if you get that urge to take extra trades, just take a walk and then come back. Because then you'll come back with a clear mind. But make sure you come back with a clear mind. Don't just come back and then be ready to take more trades. And then it's like, the walk didn't really help anything. Yeah, Frederick said, yeah, Brock, take a walk. And I agree with Frederick too, 100%. Yeah, Ruin said overtrading appetite, definitely use that in the future. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Johnny said he tried downloading MT4 on the PC, but it keeps coming up as MT5. Johnny, are you on a Mac or are you on a PC? Sorry, I just read that. So here, let me see if I can pull up the MT4 website. This is a thing that I have that happens with a lot of people. So here's the MT4 website, Johnny. You might be downloading MetaTrader 5 because when you go on the website, it says MetaTrader 5 here. To get MetaTrader 4, click on this button right here. And then now you're going to download MetaTrader 4. Because I know some people had this issue. They kept asking me like, why were they downloading MT5? But it was because they had MT5 clicked right here. And then they clicked the download and they downloaded MetaTrader 5. But because when you automatically go on the MetaTrader 4 website, this is like automatically enabled. So you have to click on MetaTrader 4 right here and then download it. See if that works. Oh yeah, so with Ata Tam over here too, she also mentioned that she had the same issue. And then what she did was she downloaded MT4 from the FTMO website. You can do that as well. That's another solution. So yeah, if this doesn't work, then just go on the FTMO website and they have the platform on there as well. Yeah, no, I agree, Frederick. Yeah, Frederick said YouTube should add the option of who left the chat stream. We'd really confirm Barack is out. Yeah, no, I agree with you too, Frederick, because I wouldn't be surprised if Barack pops into my chat real quick and sends me some more profits, because he's done that before. I've seen him do that a couple times. He'll say he's done, and then a few seconds later, he sends me more profits, and I'm like, damn, I thought he was done. But that would be a good option. DeJohn said, if I ever lose, I stop trading and spend the day at Magic City. Yeah, no, that's the key. If you guys have a problem with over trading or revenge trading, guys, just find something else to do. Like I have dogs, so like whenever I feel like I'm over trading, I'll just go take them for a walk. I mean, I can't do that for you guys here because I'm trading with you guys live. But in the past, when I wasn't trading live, I would just go take my dogs for a walk, or I'll go to the gym, or I'll take a drive, or I'll get breakfast, something like that. Anyways, guys, back to the charts. Don't worry, we're not missing anything. We're waiting for this 5 minute here to close. So we have price now above the pivots. We currently have a bullish trend. And again, just to confirm that you guys understand what a bullish trend is, a bullish trend indicates that price is likely to continue to push up to the upside, right? So in order to confirm that, we want to make sure that price is above the pivots, which it is here on the 1 minute. It's above the pivots here on the 5 minute. And it's also above the pivots here on the 10 minute. With that said, we have a bullish trend with regard to the pivots. Now looking down to the bottom, we look at the trend meter. If the trend meter down below is green, then that's going to confirm a bullish trend as well. So we have price above the pivots, trend meter is green, price above the pivots, trend meter green, price above the pivots, trend meter green. And then lastly, if you really want that icing on the cake, you can see to identify where the pivots are angling, right? If the pivots are angling up, which they're probably going to if price is above the pivots, this will confirm that we're in a bullish trend. So now that we have a bullish trend here, we're obviously looking for buys. We have a bullish momentum here on the 10 minute, bullish momentum here on the 5 minute, bullish momentum here on the 1 minute. Everything's bullish. So with that said, we have a setup, or we have the conditions available for an entry here with regard to a buy, because we have a bullish trend and we have bullish momentum. Let me just mark up news price right here real quick before I close everything up. All right, so we got all the red flags down here. We have price above here. The first entry that we're looking for, guys, is going to be a momentum scalp failure, right? So price is currently above right now. We're looking for price to come below. And once it comes below and provides a sell signal, that's going to confirm step 2. So step 1's already confirmed across all of these strategies. Confirm overall trend on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute timeframes. It's bullish here on the 1, bullish here on the 5, bullish here on the 10. So with that said, we have step 1 met. For step 2 over here, you want to confirm retracement momentum signal on the 1 minute time frame. We have that right here, or we don't have it yet, but we're waiting for it. That's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for a sell signal to come up here to confirm a retracement. Once we have that retracement right there, we'll be looking for volume to be below average. So there's a lot of moving pieces here, but as you guys continue to sit on these live streams and listen to my analysis, you guys will start to pick up everything that I'm explaining. So first we confirm trend. Next, we're looking for a retracement momentum signal. And then after that, once we have that confirmed, we want to make sure that the volume here is below average. If we confirm all those things there, that is going to confirm an entry for us applying the momentum scalp failure. However, this is one that I don't typically apply. I usually wait for this to come down. And then once it comes down below here and comes back up, that's where I look for a momentum scalp variation, this one over here. So basically all the requirements here are met, and then you're just waiting for price to close below the pivots and close back above it. So this one over here has the highest probability of winning. That's why I like to keep this one as the typical official entry that we take, because for that one right there, its odds of it hitting are very likely. And I want to make sure that you guys only take the trades that I'm pretty much absolutely sure you're going to hit, because that's my main goal here. Main goal here is for consistency for you guys. I want to make sure that you win almost every trade that you take with me, so that you guys can build the confidence to take other trades. And then once you're confident, you can apply any other strategies here. Let's see if there's anything else here. Oh, I know, Maddie, right? It's yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Haven't heard from him in a long time. Let's see, Patrick over here said good way to end the day in the week. So Patrick over here is currently 2,389 for the day, all wins for the day. Nice work, Patrick. We've got Rashida over here. She took a sell and a buy, total profit of 670 for the day, all wins, no losses. Nice work, Rashida. I see you try to take another sell there. I can see your sell stop. So you try to enter for a sell stop over there when price is coming back down. Price never came down, so never filled it. You just canceled it. So yeah, no, nice work there. And I'm glad to see that you're starting to catch on to these moves here. You guys can see, if you guys have access to my indicators and you guys understand my analysis here, there's a lot of different entries that you guys can take. There was a high-low scalp here that came up, not one that I'm applying during these live sessions, but again, I mentioned this strategy earlier. Price over here closed above the pivots, and it was an entry for a high-low scalp, quick one. Right there, full TP. So there's a lot of strategies here that you guys can apply, but again, as I mentioned, I'm mainly focusing on just these three for the whole year. And the reason why I'm focusing on these, because these are like almost for sure entries if you apply them properly. We have a pending sell signal right here. If this closes, this is technically, or it might be an entry for a momentum scalp failure. Again, this is not one that I typically like to take, guys. So I'm probably not going to take, well, I'm for sure not going to take it. Not probably, I'm for sure not going to take this one here. I'll mark it up and we'll follow it, but I'm not going to be taking this entry here because this is the riskiest one out of the three. Because this is basically the first leg of this trifecta of strategies. If this one here applies and it hits, then odds of these over here hitting are very likely, right? So there goes the entry right there for the momentum scalp failure. It's kind of hard to tell which TP stop loss you would use here because the range here is kind of, it's not as smooth as it's moving before. So I'd probably go for 100 pips. For these moves here specifically. So for this one right here, momentum scalp failure hit TP. We have another possible entry for a momentum scalp variation if this candle closes above the pivots. So we're waiting for this to close above the pivots. If this closes, then it's going to be an entry for a momentum scalp variation. Hasn't closed above it yet. This is the momentum scalp failure. If you guys took it, great. If you guys didn't take it, it's completely fine. But we're now looking for this green candle here to close above the pivots. If it closes above the pivots, there's going to be an entry there for a momentum scalp variation. If not, then that's pretty much what we're going to be looking for and waiting for. So no entry off that candle right there. That candle didn't close above it. The volatility here is starting to die down a little bit, so it'd probably be better to just take the 100 pips instead of the full 250. Because you guys can see how price kind of pushed up here. Now it's due for retracement. It traced down a little bit, and now it's kind of just consolidating sideways. So you got to make sure this candle here closes above this green line. Zoom in a little bit. If it closes too big, then you might have to go for a bigger TP stop loss for the 225.50. But for right now, I think the 1030 might be best because the volatility here is very low. It's died down a lot. All right, this move here might be a little too big, but it looks like a 100 pip move will be where it's at. So if it closes above there. All right, so there's an entry right there for a momentum scalp variation. That's what we were looking for. See if I didn't hop into it yet. I was waiting for it to close. This thing was kind of bouncy. Let me see what it looks like with the higher TP stop loss. That's 25.50 here. No, I think the smaller one's probably best. Yeah, let me see if I could hop into this. Get my button right here. I'm trying to set a pending order here, but the thing is moving around the entry point too much. I have to move my TP or my entry point a little higher. I keep trying to enter here, but every time I enter, it gives me an error because it's too close. Okay, price kind of dropped low. Let me see if it did now. All right. See if it would fill for me. All right, I got the pending order there. See if I can set an alert right there. What's the number for that? It already hit my TP, guys. So I'm already out of the position. It filled my order. There you go, full TP. So if you guys take the variation right there, I just took it for a smaller move, the 100 pip, because the volatility here is very low. There's another momentum scalp that might be coming here, but you got to wait for this candle here to close. So if you guys took it, great. Whether you took it right away or you waited for me to enter for late entry, it just depends on the movement, right? Movement was moving kind of slow, so I was trying to enter, but it was too close to my entry. Either way, if you entered right away, full TP. If you entered late, full TP. It blasted right through. So no matter where you made this entry point, fuck, I missed it. There's another momentum scalp right here, guys. Sorry, I missed the second one. But there was two that came up. So this one right here, and I was waiting for that momentum scalp to close, but I was busy explaining and I missed it. But it's all good. I hit some slippage on that, but it's all good. All right, so let me just go and give you guys a little update right here. We're not going to count the failure because I didn't take that trade. I did take this one right here, so this one's going to count. And I'll give you guys an update for the momentum scalp as well. So, all right, guys, quick update right here for this entry. And I'll give you guys another screenshot of my accounts right here. So both of the strategies hit. I mean, depending on which one you took, I only took the what's that thing called? A failure, not failure. Sorry, variation. So if you guys can wait and just be patient for these entries, guys, the entries will come. It's just, it's just a matter of time. I'm not going to count the momentum scalp because I missed it myself. I was looking for it and it did hit, but I'm not going to count it. I want to be transparent with you guys. I'm only counting the trades that I actually take with you guys, not the ones that come up. Because I'm not here trying to pad my trades, right? Everything that I'm showing you guys here, I'm showing you guys that it works. But the results that account at the end of the year and the end of the week and the end of the month are just trades that I personally take with you guys here. Because I want to make sure that you guys are consistent like I am. If you guys can just stay consistent and just follow, the rules that I'm showing you guys here, it's inevitable that you guys will find success trading. It's hard for a lot of people to follow because my style of trading is very different compared to what a lot of other people trade. So it's not easy for a lot of people to adapt to this trading style. I know it's hard because you have to really trust the strategy, especially if you're doing a negative risk to reward. But if you guys have been following me for like the past 5-6 years now, you guys have seen that my strategies do work as long as you follow them properly. So I only counted one trade here, guys. I just want to be straight up with you guys. This is the only one I took. So let me take a screenshot of my profits, and then I might have to wrap it up soon, guys, because I have to run to the airport. I'm flying to Cabo today, so I gotta go straight to the airport right now. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll keep looking for entries here, but if I don't see anything come up anytime soon, which I don't think will come up because it's getting close to 8 o'clock, then I'm just going to wrap it up. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, the next entry that we're looking for here is going to be a momentum scalp failure. So in order to get that, we already have a bullish trend here. Everything is bullish on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10-minute timeframes. The next thing that we're looking for is a sell signal. So if we don't get a sell signal in the next couple of minutes, then I'm just going to wrap it up because we're not going to have an entry here. For one, because we're right next to the sessions. And for two, this is overextended, right? If you measure price from down here, from this low, up until this high, it's due for a retracement and it's possibly due for a reversal. So it's been pushing up about 3,000 pips. And the last thing I want to do is leave you guys with a loss on a Friday, right? So I don't want to give you guys that risk. So for me specifically, I think Friday, obviously is one of the riskier days to trade. As you get closer to 8, it becomes riskier and riskier because a lot of people are going to pull out of the market. And the last thing you want to do is enter a buy. And then as soon as people start to pull out for the weekend, price just comes dumping straight down, right? So yeah, it's probably best to just be a little careful with, these strategies right now and these entries, because there's a lot of opportunity out there for wins, but there's also even more opportunity for getting caught in traps. So, all right, let me just screenshot my profits real quick. And then if you guys have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping this up pretty soon. All right, so there goes my profits. Yeah, not bad. Did all right. Let me take individual screenshots of my profits because all my accounts are different right now. So, they're not different, but profits are different. I didn't get a green strip on that, unfortunately. Looks like slippage hit me, but it's all good. Profits weren't too bad. TFF gave me a loss though, of course. TFF gave me negative 600. I can't explain how much I don't like TFF, but whatever. You guys hear me rant every single day about TFF. It's crazy. I make all these profits on all my other accounts with TFF. It's crazy. They gave me a $600 loss and it hit CP. It didn't even so guys, look at the entry over here. The entry didn't even come down like that far and it still gave me a negative 600. That's crazy. Man, whatever. It's all good. Like, you guys could look at the chart and you'd be like, okay, this is impossible for someone to lose that much. And still I lose 600 bucks on my TFF. I'm still in profit for the day, but super annoying. All right, here's the TFF. I'm like, man, I should have just taken it off my copier. If I just took it off, I would have been able to keep it, but whatever. All right, so we don't have a sell signal here, guys. We're not missing anything. There just isn't anything for us to take right now. Let me just go ahead and screenshot not screenshot. Let me just post up my profits real quick. Man, this turned out to be a really big day. I wasn't expecting to do this well. Glad I traded. I was thinking about not trading today, but glad I hopped on. Okay, so anyways, there's no sell signal here, guys. There's nothing for us to take, but you guys can see over here. Here's my FTMO main account. Total profit 5,310, 570 off that last trade right here, that buy for that variation. For whatever reason, it didn't give me a buy signal. A full TP strip. Here's my copier 420, total profit of 7,000 on this account. Here's my MFF locked in 6,650. 220. I guess there was just slippage on my entry. So maybe there was slippage on my entry because I've had the pending order. So it entered me probably late and then it exited kind of late too. Here's my MFF number 2, 6,150. MFF number 3, 6,600. And then my TFF, look at the huge loss, right? Well, not huge loss, but it's a loss, negative 600. So it's all good. In total today, let me just add up the profits real quick so you guys can see where I'm at. 7,000, 6,650, 6150. MFF got a lot of slippage, but it's all good. It happens. 31. 4698. Dang. So this is for me today. 36,408. It's crazy. NFP. That's NFP for you. So there's an entry right here for momentum scalp, guys. Sorry, I missed it just by a couple seconds. I wasn't paying attention. There goes a momentum scalp right there. There's a momentum scalp variation right here, guys, but I'm personally not going to take it because this candle here is a little too big. It's a little too big, and I don't want to risk it. I'm already good with my profits for the day. So if you guys want to take it, feel free to take it at your own risk, but I'll market it for you right there. 100 pips. It's probably going to blast right through too. Yeah, there you go. It's full TP. So if you guys caught it, it played out. I should have taken it, but it's all good. I'm cool with what I got today. So another momentum scalp variation right there. If you guys took it, great. If you guys didn't, I pretty much gave you guys a heads up. I was going to come up right there. And I'll give you guys an update again. So there we go. One more right there. All right, guys. I think that's it for now. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to, let me see. Question from Christian. Christian said it didn't close below pivots. It did right here on the previous candle, Christian, this red one. So if you zoom in a little bit, this red one here closed below the pivots and then it closed above it right there. So it did. But yeah, guys, I'm pretty much done for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Telegram. I'll be at the airport for like an hour. So if you guys have any questions, I can respond to you guys there. Otherwise, this is a great Friday, guys. Hopefully a lot of you guys locked in profits here. I think it was a pretty good day overall. Great way to go into my vacation. We have Slava over here, total profit of 1,840 on this account. Nice work, Slava. And then he locked in another one here, total profit of 2,074 for the day. Nice work, Slava. Great work right there. God damn it. My Telegram keeps getting disconnected. Okay, let me scroll over here real quick. Slava. Okay, second account, 2,074. Nice work, Slava. And then we have Christian over here, total profit of 934. Great work, Christian. I know you've been super patient and you wanted to enter trades pretty much all day. You waited for that one trade and you hopped in and you took it. So nice work, Christian. Jonathan over here, total profit of 435. Great work, Jonathan. Looks like a lot of you guys here locked in some pretty good profit for the day. Scrolling down further, we have Martha over here. She said wrong lot size, but took the variation with us. Total profit on Martha's side. Total profit of 720. Yeah, this one over here should have been 1,000 profit, but it's all good. Wrong lot size on that. But you did well. You still hit your TP. So great profit right here, Martha, for the day, 720. Solid day. Here are my profits. And then Martha again over here, she took that last one. Total profit of 1,260 for the day. Great work, Martha. All right, a couple more profits over here real quick before I get off. Patrick over here, total profit of 1,417, all wins. Nice work, Patrick. Definitely. He said small slippage, but his patience paid off 100%. Maria over here, total profit of 226. I see you didn't let these trades run, Maria, but it's okay. At least you're hitting profit, but I know you're getting better because I can see your profits. You're getting close to the 100 where it should be. So next time around, maybe just let the trades run, but you're building up to it. So great work right there, Maria. MC over here, locking a total profit of 131.20 cents. Nice work, MC. Yeah, you guys killed it today. A lot of you guys here locked in profits where I haven't seen in the past. Shaka over here, currently at 460. Nice work, Shaka. And then Maria over here, some more profits, total profit of 305. Maria said, nice trip. Are we going to have a Monday live session? So I plan on having the live session on Monday, guys, but I got to see how the internet connection is at my hotel. It should be good because it's not like a, basic hotel, but we'll see. Trading like in areas like Cabo, I don't know if the internet there is really as good as it should be, but we'll see. Okay, some more profits here from C-Soup, 4,400. Nice work, C-Soup. 2,200 on this account, solid. We got Maddie over here, 1,190. Nice work, Maddie. And then we got C-Soup again, 6,760. Good work, C-Soup. Maddie again over here, 1,625. And then we have Martin over here, total profit of 3,840. Nice work, Martin. Definitely locked in some good stuff there. Anelli, total profit of 3,986. And then his other account, 4,870. All right, guys, I got to go to my flight. I'm running super late. My flight's about to pull out. So I got to go, guys. Catch you guys then. And